Very well said, Charles. Interestingly, I would say this is an end of a season, in a long-standing series of drama in the Nigerian political history. Specifically, this one I target Labour Party saga. But the Supreme Court has been able to close this chapter of Abure issue. Like it or not, for Abure, whether he likes it or not, he is no longer the chairman of Labour Party. And an opportunity has been presented to Labour Party to find a way to get themselves together, if at all they could, because they are infested with multidimensional issues as a political party, Charles.
But has an opportunity been offered? I mean, you heard the deputy national chairman there interpreting the Supreme Court ruling in a completely different way.
Yeah, why I say it's an opportunity is whatever we may say at this point, it is at the apex court, Charles. At this point, the best they can do is to go back to the Supreme Court to interpret what the Supreme Court says. It can't go beyond that. This is the last cycle Abure and his team has. And let us not forget, not long ago, the Supreme Court gave the same declaration with regards to the PDP issue, i.e., the internal party structure issue is purely an internal issue. And therefore, I don't see the Supreme Court giving Abure any leeway to that. But they have a bigger problem than Abure, like you rightly said. The internal party democracy has been an issue. Because in my view, Charles, even though they are the good politicians, in Nigeria, the political space is infested by what I call political gallivanters, political mercenaries, and political jobbers. And to that extent, this will continue happening until those people that should be the vanguards, i.e. the political quote-unquote leaders in those parties, whether it is Excellency Peter Obi or Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and their likes, to be firm in, first of all, leading by example to entrench internal democracy that may be the first step to having a proper political party that can even stand on its own, talk less of being an opposition. So yes, an opportunity has been presented to them as far as the Abure issue is concerned, but there are other chapters of issues for the political party to deal with. Some are fundamental, and then some are post-2023 elections, and then the days ahead would be very interesting because of what I said earlier.
Hello everyone, that's quite an interesting take out there. Just to also add what this gentleman Bala Yusuf, who is a political strategist, have also said. He said whether Abure likes it or not, according to the Supreme Court judgment, he is no longer Labour Party's chairman. The Labour Party has a bigger problem than Abure. Their internal democracy has always been an issue. This will continue happening until the party leaders are firm in internal democracy. So this is what he had to say. Looking at all of this thing, one of the biggest problems we have with Nigerian political parties has always been this thing about internal party democracy. It's almost as if democracy is non-existent in these parties, even though they are participating in the democratic process, but they just are sort of like not bothered or are not interested. People just want to get their way in, no matter how they're going to do it, whether they're going to buy off people, they're going to unleash violence on people, whatever it is that they're going to do, as long as it gives them that end result. That's the thing that they're really focused on and really bothered about. And it's just typically sad the way you see people who get in particular offices or get certain opportunities, and they definitely abuse it almost to the extent as if they even want to destroy whatever it is that they had done before. I can only say that is what it looks like with this whole Abure thing that has been going on. It's so unbelievable that someone can be so short-sighted that you can't see the opportunity that is right there before your eyes. I mean, a lot of these people just want an instant gratification. They seem not to understand the beauty that comes with delayed gratification. And so the conversation, continues. And what I would like to say to us as citizens is ensure that we are all part of the political process, the political conversations that are going on, the political alignments and realignments and alignments again that are going on. It's all a matter of, you know, just being vigilant, just being present, just being participatory, so that we'll be able to get the kind of governance that we all have been yearning for. We have been yearning for this thing for quite a while, and it's really very important for us to take note of these things all. And as we watch Labour Party and see how things unfold, whether this is an opportunity for this whole problem and crisis to be nipped in the bud, or if there are more than we currently have right now. For me, like, what my stance is, it's about the fact that we all have to be politicians, and then when we're able to get the critical number required to have good governance, then we can step back and allow a few, to do it. Because right now, the most important thing that you need is actually character and courage. Courage is very important for us to get in there. And so we must welcome people who have the capacity for them to be able to get into offices and provide good governance, accountability, transparency. For me, these are not just words that you throw around. These are not just words that you just use just because it's some fancy word, competence, character, capacity, we just say them. These are words that are absolutely needed for us to have a country that works for every one of us. You've seen the situation whereby certain people are able to ensure that things work their own way. So why don't we also sit down and ensure that things work the way in Nigeria that it's supposed to work? And these are some of the things that we also have to participate in and give in our all. The people that are there, well, they really will not give you internal party democracy if their current behavior is incentivized, if their current behavior get them, rewarded with certain things in their parties. They're not going to change. But when you give them the incentive for them to do the right thing, when parties are being punished by the people for not doing the right thing, I tell you, the number of wrong things that will be done will be greatly reduced, in a way that we begin to see the kind of governance that we all are looking for. So we also have a role to play, and we also must take responsibility of the way things are and the role we've had to play for these things to come this way. And to say to everyone, thank you so much. Thank you for always listening to the conversation, talking, contributing your own quota one way or the other. At the end of the day, this is the only country that we have, and we must put in our all to ensure we have a country where the child of nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody. Thank you.